You meet the nicest people on Hondas. I don't know where I'm at. I'm somewhere in the hood, somewhere out here on the west side of Cleveland. But I see where I can do some slide action over here. Have some fun on my YZ450FX, baby. But you know what? You know, there's 3 motorcycle sayings or slogans or whatever you want to call them that are absolutely terrible.
Let's go for a ride. You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. Continue to leave video suggestions, but you may find what you're looking for by visiting my website at CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos. And those are a bunch of playlists with all of my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
I had a bolt that came out that I forgot to tighten, and it fell out when I did a wheelie, man. So I had to do some zip tie action here. Hopefully that'll hold up, man, until I get home. But for those of you guys that want to get my gear like this CE armor jacket I have, this keep me nice and cool out here on this hot summer day with the CE armor everywhere, back protection everywhere, and I have this jersey over it that flows a lot of air, my dual sport helmet, my carbon fiber ultra lightweight helmet with mirror shield, leather jackets, leather pants, airbag, vest, cameras, all my stuff. I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos. It's time to get some slide action on my YZ, baby. Yeah. Get in and out real quick. Out here in the hood, ain't nobody paying attention, man. Get some slide action over here. Get some slide action. Oh, shit. Oh, that was good, baby. Oh, my thing came off, man. I didn't account for this. That was embarrassing. People playing basketball, but that's all right. Clowning out here, but my thing came off, man. Oh man, that came out too. That sucks, man. Always carry you some zip ties, guys. Yeah, baby. Have a good old time on my YZ. But anyways, the #1 saying out here, guys, that is absolute bullshit is, you meet the nicest people on Hondas.
Through rain or sleet or snow, you gotta get up and go.
I've always hated that saying. It makes it seem like us Honda riders are absolute pansies out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I'm a nice guy sometimes, but I'm an a-hole sometimes too. You know what I'm saying?
Don't piss over there.
What?
Don't piss.
Let's flick this off.
Some donut action, let me get. Even when I'm on my Honda, and I'm sure there's a lot of a-holes and douchebags out there that are on Hondas as well. I've met some. That's some bullshit, man. That's the problem with Honda. I think they came up with that slogan. You meet the nicest people on Hondas. And then they start making their bikes vanilla out here, not the least amount of power of all the Japanese bikes, bland looks, nothing really exciting. I guess the nice people gravitate to those bikes. Meanwhile, the badasses and cool dudes, they gravitate towards Yamaha, Kawasaki's, and Suzuki's. Hey man, I see a place where I can go have some fun, baby. This thing's gonna come off, man. You gotta be careful. You meet the nicest people on Hondas. I hate that. Anyways, #2 saying this absolute is, there are 2 kinds of riders. A rider that's crashed and a rider that's going, and riders that's going to crash. I absolutely hated that saying because it's not true, guys. There's a lot of people out there that have never crashed on a motorcycle. And I will tell you guys that I worked with a guy out in Colorado, and he told me he rode 40 years. He rode a Harley Davidson 40 years, and he said he never crashed. He never even laid down his bike. But he is a textbook rider. You know, I did a video, 3 types of riders. I'll include that video link in the description and comment section of this video. But he is the 3rd type mentioned on that list that really should be the #1 type of rider that everybody should strive to be, and that's a textbook safe rider. He's a rider riding defensively out here. He's a rider wearing full gear. He's a rider with his back upright 100%, doing everything you're supposed to do, everything you were taught in the MSF class, not speeding, just enjoying himself, having a good time, but a textbook rider, and he's never ever crashed his bike. Knock on wood for him. And I met other riders. I've met, and there's also viewers on my channel that said they've been riding many years and never crashed a bike. So it's simply not true. Don't believe that, because if you believe that, it's going to play into your mind, and then you're going to start to fear motorcycles. So don't do that. The haters like, but what's crazy is that bikers are saying this too, man. And I hate to hear bikers say it. I can understand non-riders saying it because they fear motorcycles, but for bikers, don't repeat that, man, because it's not always true. You're gonna crash if you ride like a fool out here. You know, you may crash because it's not your fault too, but a lot of times it's because people ride like a fool, or they don't ride defensively. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, I can go on and on why people crash out here. But anyways, the 3rd saying, there are old riders and there are bold riders, but there are no old bold riders. That's bull. Because if you go, I'll tell you guys, as you go on YouTube, you'll see a lot of old bold riders out there, guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you, I have a cousin that is my dad's first cousin, and he's like in his 60s. He's been riding since he was like since he's a kid, man. He's the craziest rider out here. This dude, he drag raced at Dragway 42, for those of you guys from Ohio that remember that. I don't think it's called that anymore, but he drag raced bikes out there. Had some of the he still got that same bike he drag races, Kawasaki, I forgot what it is. But I mean, he had that thing hooked up, man. And he was crazy out here on the streets, busting wheelies, speeding, everything, and he's still riding like that to this day. He's an old bold rider, so that saying is some straight bull crap. That's what it is, I'll tell you that. And like I said, just go on YouTube. You see a lot of old bold riders out there, man. So I don't know, what are some other sayings out there that's bull? Leave a comment below and let's talk about it.
Hit thumbs up, check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.